יופי, תורה מ"ד. תורה מ"ד, תורה 44 and Torah 62 are very important Torot. If people have time to put their heart a little bit into those Torot, it can be very useful for them to understand what we're doing here. וזה דאית בתיקונים תרקון 20 ותרן. That's what it's written in the תיקונים, תיקוני הזוהר, number 22. ובאי כוח ישראל מתקפין על אדום. With that power, power of faith, power of kindness, עם ישראל have the power to overpower Edom, to conquer Edom. ועוד, and another thing, צריך לסייק עליי כוח לגבי חוכמה. You need to use the power that you have with wisdom. So you need to lift it to the wisdom. Means that when you use that power, you need to remember where you got that power from. That's the wisdom. To remember that all of your power is from Hashem. Koach me'Hashem. Chokhmah is koach me'Hashem. The wisdom is to know that your power is power that you received from Hashem Yitbarach Himself. וזה בחינת כל הקווה המקום לתפילתו אלוקי אברהם בעזרו. And this is why it's written that the person that sets a place to his prayer, so God of Abraham going to help him. כי אברהם הוא ימין הרוצה להחכים ידרים, because Abraham is from the right side, from the south. And a person that wants to be wiser, he needs to go to the south. He needs to go to the aspect of Abraham, to kindness. Because כל מי שמעשיו מרובים מחוכמתו, חוכמתו מתקיימת. Only if your actions are greater than your wisdom, then your wisdom gonna have existence. Means that if you are so wise and you're not doing with your wisdom, so your wisdom doesn't count. But if you don't count yourself as such a wise person, but you do a lot for people, so then your wisdom counts. So we need to do. So if you want to get wiser, you need to go to do actions like Avraham Avinu, to do kindness, to do chesed. ועוד אלוקי אברהם בעזרו, another explanation on the verse אלוקי אברהם בעזרו, כי אברהם הוא ראשון להשגת ארץ ישראל, because Abraham, he was the first one to understand about Eretz Israel and to reach Eretz Israel and to receive Eretz Israel. כדאית בזוהר, like it's written in the Zohar, תקל ותקלה עד יתגל ילה, that Eretz Israel was hidden between all of the confusions, between all of the husks, between all of the lands, until he revealed it, until Avraham Avinu revealed it. And even when he was on his way to Eretz Israel, he couldn't recognize that it's Eretz Israel, because Hashem told him, El Haaretz Asher Arecha, there is a land, go search, go look for it, go Google it. And Avraham Avinu went for it. He started to look, where is the holy place, where is that mountain, where is that place that Hashem will set his house. כדאית בזוהר, if Hashem Yitbarach, he said that he needs to have a house, עשו לי משכן ושכנתי בתוכם, you need to build a משכן for me, and in that it depends how much I'm going to be with you. We saw that when we sinned, so the destruction fell on the house, and we saw that when we were fixing our actions, so Hashem gave us the permission, the ability, the wisdom, the power to build a mishkan for him. And he explained to us the measures and the size and how we should build it, and to which materials to use and how to build it, and that we're not allowed to use iron and not to hit the stones, and the mishkan and Bet HaMikdash, and which kind of leather to use, which kinds of woods to use, iron, gold, whatever. He gave us the
details.
The Mirsham. Prescription. What?
Possibilities to be able to...
No. Prescription. What is that? Mirsham? Prescription?
The detailed materials.
Yes, Kitsu explained to us how to do it. And then we got that wisdom and we done it. So that's the will of Hashem. When He wants you to succeed in something, so He tells you how to do it. So we can see that to have a house, That is something that so much spirituality depends in, because all of the spirituality of Hashem's existence in the world depends in the Beit HaMikdash. So this is why we need to understand that Hashem Yitbarach, He wants each and every one of us to have a house. And that's the will of Hashem Yitbarach, that we're going to have houses. That's the will of Hashem. Because Hashem Yitbarach is saying, Asuli Mishkan v'shachanti betocham. You need to build a house that I'm going to come to live with you. And today, we're not able to build Mishkan for Hashem Yitbarach. We're not allowed to go and to build a third Beit HaMikdash. We're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to climb to even to Har HaBayit. We have halachot of Tum'ah v'Tara that we're not allowed to climb on Har HaBayit when we're still impure. So how we can build Beit HaMikdash? We're not allowed to walk even to the area of Beit HaMikdash. Shoalim ilchu bo. So this is why we need to understand that the fact that we cannot build a Beit HaMikdash, it doesn't mean that we cannot build a house for Hashem. That my house is going to be a house for Hashem. That I'm going to dedicate my house to Hashem Yitbarach. That in my house I'm going to keep Torah mitzvot. That in my house I'm going to bring guests. And in my house I'm going to sing Shirei Shabbat, songs of Shabbat. I'm going to celebrate the holidays in my house. That my house is going to be Beit Hashem. Ki Beiti Beit Hashem, it's going to be the house of Hashem. So you need to understand from that Hashem, He wants you to have a house. If He wants it, if Hashem wants you to have a house, so you're going to have a house. You got it? Bemet? You sure? So if you got it, you're going to have a house. The power of faith, that's the power that gives the power of faith, the confidence. When you have confidence that Hashem Yitbarach, He loves you more than you deserve, that Hashem wants to give you more than you want to receive, when you understand those simple understandings of basic faith, that Hashem loves you, so then you can reach the heights, then you can achieve everything with your tefillah. And people are afraid to pray, people are afraid to admit in their greatness, in their importance. People are, they rather to stay sad and broken and depressed and to call it humility and to say, no, I'm not worthy, no, who am I to be answered? That's just laziness. The truth is that the Creator, He wants to give you. And He wants to give you more than you want to receive. And He wants to supply you things that you don't dream about yet. Because He loves you so much. Like that if you would have the ability to give to your children everything, all of the wealth in the world, and all of the health, and all of the wisdom, and power, and success, and complete tshuva, and that they're going to be complete righteous people, you would give them all of it, and more. Whatever you would think about, you would give. So Hashem Yitbarach, He also is like that, and He's not limited like us. We're limited. Why are you not buying a house to your son? Because you're not able, you don't have the money. Why are you not marrying him already? Because you don't know with who. You don't know what to do. You're limited, but Hashem is unlimited. So why is not giving? If the Father of mercy wants to have so much mercy on us and He loves us so much, so why I don't have that house, and why I'm not married, and why I don't have my parnasah, and why all of those difficulties, if really what that you say is so true, that Father of mercy wants to give? Because if Hashem will now bring all of that shefa, all of that bounty to us, and we don't have the vessels, so it's just going to be a disgrace for us, like someone that wants to drink and Hashem comes with water and He wants to give you, and you don't have a cup, you don't have a bottle, you don't have a vessel. What do you want Him to do? To pour the water on you? You're going to water you, you're going to wash you with that water. You're not going to enjoy it. You're going to be embarrassed by that. You're going to feel ashamed. It's going to be a disgrace. And who disgraced me? Hashem. Hashem doesn't want to do that. Hashem wants to build you. So how Hashem going to build you? He's going to let you pray. Because the words of the tefillah, of the prayer, they are the vessels to contain the shefa. התיבות הם כלים לקבל את השפע. So everything that we're going through in life, it's only to bring us to tefillah, to prayer. And if you want something, you need to pray on that thing and to focus your mind and your powers and your concentration into that thing. And not to be spread and yes, you're going with 1,000 shekels to the supermarket and you say, okay, I'm going to buy this and that and that and that. You don't have enough money. You start dividing your money, you put 2 shekels on that product and 2 shekels on that product and 2 shekels on that product, and in the end you lost all of your 1,000 shekels and you haven't bought anything. It's better to take 1,000 shekels and to buy 10 products of 100 or 1 product of 1,000 and to go home with it, to buy it. Instead of cutting your money and just throwing it, oh, I want this and that and that and that and that, and okay, so in the Hitbodedut you pray, Hashem, I want to have a house and we need shalom bayit and help my children and help Am Israel and please let me guard my eyes and that we will never going to fail in kashrut and please bring all of Am Israel to Eretz Israel and Hashem, please I want to learn Torah and Hashem I want to do tshuva, please help me to complete my tshuva and I want to make it to Uman and buy me a ticket and please that we're going to have... You lost your 1 hour Hitbodedut and it's great. I cannot say that you didn't do Hitbodedut. But if you're going to take your Hitbodedut and you're just going to work on one thing and just going to talk with Hashem Yitbarach on that and going to ask Him, Hashem, okay, I want to buy a house. Okay, let's talk about that today. I have 1 hour today. I want to buy a house. What is stopping me, Hashem, from buying this house? Why still I don't have the money? You have the money. The verse is saying, Li hakesef v'li hazahav ne'um Hashem. Hashem is saying, I have all of the gold and all of the silver in the world. It all belongs to me. Okay. And I heard in the Shiur that you love me, so you want to give me. Okay, great, Hashem. So, if you have the money and you love me, so what is stopping the shefa from coming? Why don't I have the money? Okay, first thought, maybe I'm not worthy. Okay, Hashem. It's obvious. I know I'm not worthy. I never claimed to be worthy. I know I'm not worthy. But you love me. So the meaning of the word love, that you love me, and the meaning of the word rachamim, that you have mercy on me, it means that you have mercy on people that are not worthy. That you love me even though that I am like that I am. So that's not the reason that I'm not receiving the bounty. That's not the reason why I don't have that house. So maybe there is something else. Okay, let's see. Hashem, please, give me the right advice. Give me the wisdom. Let me understand. Why I still don't have that house? Okay, let's say that you're going to give me the house. Maybe it can damage me somehow. And that's how you talk with Hashem. You try to figure it out with Hashem. You talk to Hashem like you talk to your best friend. You're not just standing and drilling and making Hashem in stress and barking on Hashem. Hashem, we need a house. Hashem, please give us a house. 1 hour of barking on Hashem Yitbarach. Hashem is afraid of dogs. He's going to run away from you. He doesn't have the power to hear you screaming at him. Give me a house, give me a house. Please Hashem, me and my wife, we need a house. Please Hashem, we need a house. Okay, I heard you, Hashem is saying. What else? Do you have something else to say? Or that's it? We need a house, we need a house. That's what you say, you need a house, you need a house. That's not Hitbodedut. That's not the way to talk to Hashem. The way to talk to Hashem is to talk to Hashem, to consult with Hashem. If now you want that rich person to help you and you're going to come to his office, okay, he called you, he said, okay, you can come, let's talk about your problems, okay, I want to help you. And you're going to sit over there for an hour with that millionaire, rich person. For an hour you're going to tell him, listen, I need money, please give me money, please give me... He's going to kick you out from his office. He will not going to help you. But if you're going to explain to him, listen, me and my wife, we're trying and she's working part-time job and I'm trying and we're not finishing the month and we also want to buy a house because rents and we moved so many apartments, and you're gonna just explain to him your situation, then he can understand. So Hashem Yitbarach, it's not that He doesn't understand, just He needs you to build the vessels. And you need to put the vessels in the right places if you want to receive the bounty to those places. This is why you need to have a very deep and detailed conversation with Hashem. Because you need to, like we said, the words of the prayer are the vessels to contain the bounty. And if you still don't know where the problem is, so you don't understand where you lack of bounty. So this is why you need to open up everything to Hashem and to open all of the options and to go all the way. Maybe because I'm a liar, maybe because I'm not guarding my eyes, maybe because I'm not confessing enough, maybe because I'm ungrateful, maybe because I'm not saying thank you enough, maybe because I'm not learning. And you need to clean yourself from all of the doubts, from all of the options, because you might lost your house because of a sin, because of a lie, because of a mistake, because of something that you haven't fixed yet. Maybe you can do something to... So if you know, so work on one point. But if you don't know, so take one point and work on it. Instead of just drilling and making Hashem Yitbarach crazy. No, Hashem, a house. That's not the way to buy a house. If you really want Hashem to give you a house, so you from your side need to do everything that it takes to buy that house. If you want now to buy a house, you need also to have money, but it's not enough. If you now have money, it's not enough to have a house. You also need to go to the bank. You also need to go to a lawyer. You need to write a contract. You need to see and to check that that person that claims to own that house really own that house. That house is not mortgaged on to somewhere else, that you cannot take it, you cannot buy it. There are a lot of things that you need to do. It's not like 500 years ago, 2,000 years ago, that you would come with 400 silver coins and that's it, and you buy that house. Okay, take it, and you write on a piece of paper, Moshe gave the house to Baruch. That's not how it works. If you really want it to work, so you need to find the will of Hashem Yitbarach in that situation. And you need to nullify yourself to Hashem in that situation. And you need to bring yourself to that situation that you're going to understand the will of Hashem from you. And when you're going to get it, when you're going to find that point, so then Laila Kayom Yair, suddenly it's going to be bright. If now you want to understand the sugya, you want to understand the verse, Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Easiest thing in the world. You open the Chumash, Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'haaretz. Okay, if you really think that you can understand the meaning of the word Bereshit from what that's written in the Chumash, so it's a joke. For sure you have to open all of the Gemarot that are talking about it, and you have to learn Rashi on it, and all of the Mefarshim that explain the meaning of Bereshit. And the truth is that if you're going to find the book Tikkunei Zohar, you're going to see that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai wrote 70 long, deep explanations only on the word Bereshit. Explanations that you haven't even ever thought about, that they're connected even to the word Bereshit. And those are only 70 explanations. Those are only 70 faces. 70 out of Ein-Sof, endless explanations on the word Bereshit. So if you want to understand something in the Torah, you cannot think that by just saying it, reading it, say, no, we, like the Karaim, we believe only in Torah shebichtav. Okay, so you killed it. So you don't have anything. If you really just believe in Torah shebichtav, in what that's written, so you killed it. I believe that a man is only a body without a soul. Okay, so you killed him. You killed him. He can be physical, he can be strong, he can be powerful. He doesn't have a soul, he's a dead man. He's a dead, powerful, strong, muscular body. Okay, dead. Cannot move a finger. Don't have no life, don't have no power, don't have no wisdom, don't have no sensitivity, no ability to sense, to feel, don't have a heart. So when you understand that you want to understand something, when you realize that you want to get something, so you need to get it done. You need to go all the way into the truth of that thing. into the source, into the neshama, and even to the neshama of your problems. If you have a situation, you're not married, okay, I'm going to shidduchim, I'm trying, I'm dating, I'm talking to women, it's not working, I'm not finding my wife, what's going on? Okay, let's go to the soul of that thing, let's go to the center of the problem. Who am I? Hashem, okay, so I met her name was Shoshana, she was very nice. Why that relationship failed? Okay, it wasn't her. Move on. Okay, I met that one. Her name was Revital. Why it wasn't her? Okay, I tried. Oh, and then try to. Okay, is there a pattern? Is there something that I can see? Maybe let's think about it. Why I'm not married? Was the problem was that I couldn't find them? Maybe every one of them could be the right one. Maybe the problem is in me. So maybe the problem is in me. Or maybe it's not in me. Okay, let's check me. Let's check them. Let's check what's the issue. I saw that I was in a lot of stress. Where that stress came from? I remember that I messed up in that meeting. I remember that I failed in that. Okay, so, and then in that investigation, when you search for the truth, you're going to find it. Because if you're going to ask for the truth and not for the success, so you're going to find the truth. Because Hashem going to supply the truth. Because Hashem doesn't have a bigger desire and holy will than that you're going to find Him. That's what that He wants for you. And His seal is a seal of truth. His name is Hashem Elokechem Emet. He's the God of truth. He is leading you. When He is in kindness, He's leading you with truth. When He is in judgments, He's leading you with truth. No matter what, He's always real. He's always with you. Like He should be, like that He is, because He is truth. He is the truth. So when you're going to find the truth, you're going to find Him. And then Hashem is going to illuminate. And then Hashem, Tov Hashem Lakol. Hashem is good. And then you're going to buy that house, and you're going to marry your wife, and you're going to have children. And even in the worst situations of them all, in the situations that all of the doctors said you won't have children. All of the bankers told you you won't have a mortgage. You cannot receive a mortgage. It's a joke. It's a joke. When we wanted my son Yosef, when he was 3 years old, we wanted him to enter to school, to a kindergarten, to a gun. And we were pushing them to put him into the school. He was too young. He was on the border of the age, and a few days earlier, too early, and they didn't wanted him in. But we asked, and we wrote a letter, and we asked and explained, and in the end, we received a letter that is written, your request been answered, and we were arguing with them, we were talking, trying to convince them, and they were all of the time explaining to us why we cannot let him in. And my wife and I, we said, we cannot let it be that another whole year without a school. We wanted him to go to school already. It was big enough according to our understanding. And we said he needs to be in school. And I made 6 hours Hitbodedut on that, and I prayed for it, and my wife, she was praying for it also. And then we came one day to the school with the other children, and we received a letter from the school that says, Baruch Hashem, we're happy to tell you, to let you know that your child, Yosef, is now in the school, and he's going to start the year. And that's it. And I opened the letter, and I was very happy. And one of the teachers asked me, okay, what's going on? I told him, oh, a nice letter. And he looked at the letter, and I saw that something is wrong with him. And I told him what's happened. So I said, no, Baruch Hashem, congratulations, everything is good. After 3 months or so, he told me, listen, there was a mistake. We decided last night, in the night before, in a meeting that we had, that your child will not going to enter to the school. That was the decision. But they were wrong, and they typed a different letter. But we decided, that was the last decision, final decision, that your son will not going to be in the school next year. But probably your prayers were stronger than our decision. And with your prayers, so your son just went into school. So you see that even if people don't want to give you something and they're saying, no, we're not going to give you, we're going to be the ones that are going to stop you, they don't have the power to decide. No one have the power. It's written on Sarah Imenu, Hashem pakad et Sarah. Hashem gave children to Sarah. Okay, Avraham Avinu, Rashi is writing over there, Avraham Avinu was not able to bring children anymore to the world. Sarah Imenu, she wasn't able to bring children. The Chumash is saying that, and the Gemara is saying that. They were not able. Not Sarah and not Avraham, they were not able. That's it. They were not able to bring children. Aval Hashem pakad et Sarah. But Hashem wanted Sarah to have a child. The Creator, the one that created the world, He is not able to give children. He is. So the distance that you have from your salvation is your distance from Hashem. Because Hashem, V'hine Hashem nitzav alav. Here is Hashem is standing on top of you. Da lifnei mi ata omed. You should know in front of you you're standing. Melo kol almin, sovev kol almin. He's inside every place and He's around every place. He's inside and outside. Hashem yitbarach melo kol haaretz kevodo. He's everywhere. His honor is covering everything. And like we explained yesterday, His honor, those are the outfits, those are the coverings. So He's blocking from you the fact that He is there by showing you people and opinions and methods and ideas and thoughts and options and ways and difficulties and constrictions. All of those are just coverings of Hashem, that Hashem is covering Himself with those constrictions. So it's Hashem that is telling you, you're not able to have children. And you should tell Him, and I believe I will. And He tells you, you cannot buy that house. And you say, it is in your hands to give me that house. Hayom im bekolot ishma'u. Today I'm going to listen to your voice. Today if I'm going to find the truth. Today if I'm going to complete my tshuva. Today if I'm going to understand the message. If I'm going to listen to you. If I'm going to serve you like I should. If I'm going to fix from my side. And then you're in a different problem, because I don't know how to fix. Because ilmalei HaKadosh Baruch Hu azro, eno yacholo. If Hashem will not going to help you, you're not able to overpower on your Yetzer Hara. You cannot see what that Hashem decided to hide from you. So what you're going to do? Talk to Hashem about it. Hashem, let me see the light. Let me find the truth. Let me understand what you want from me. Let me find the path. Let me find the truth. Let me find the solution. Let me find the truth. Let me find you. And then when I'm going to find you, so then Tov Hashem lakol. So then Hashem is good for everything. Hashem is good for refuah. Hashem is good for parnasah. Hashem is good for shlom bayit. Hashem is good for children. Hashem is good for buying houses. Hashem is good for everything. Hashem is good to bring the redemption. To bring all of Am Yisrael to Eretz Yisrael. Moshe Rabbeinu was able to bring all of Am Yisrael and to stand them in front of Kodesh HaKodashim, all of Am Yisrael. What? Moshe Rabbeinu is gathering all of Am Yisrael to stand in one place that is so tiny, a place that cannot fit for all of those millions of people. And Hashem gives the power to Moshe Rabbeinu to be beyond the place. To be beyond the constrictions and the measures of this world. Because Hashem Yitbarach is beyond this world. And Hashem can make an endless space inside of a matches box. Hashem can contain a world inside of a match. If you're going to use a microscope, you're going to understand it. You have creatures that are alive with organs, with blood that runs inside their systems, with very thin systems that we don't even understand how they work, and they are tinier than the smallest cell that we have in our bodies. And you cannot understand. It's a creature with eyes, with a mouth, with a will, with hands and legs, and he's tiny. You cannot create him in his measure, and he's got a whole world. And I'm telling you that on him, he's got cockroaches also. And we cannot see them. He's got bugs on him. He's got everything also. Things that are bothering him. Tiny problems he's got in his life. We cannot see them with our microscopes. He's got issues of shlom bayit. He can't find his place. He's jumping from one person to the other. He's got parasites. He's got issues. He's got problems. That tiny creation that Because Hashem Yitbarach is beyond this world. So there are things that we cannot understand the greatness of the Creator. And you think that you have issues. Those are tiny issues. Tiny issues. You just need to confront them. Not to be afraid from your fears. Not to be afraid from the truth. Because when you're going to complete your tshuva, you're going to be back with Hashem. You're going to see Hashem, and then you don't have a problem anymore. You're going to have the solution. You're going to have the solution in front of your eyes. You're going to see that it's Hashem Yitbarach that's going to tell you, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, it's me. I am the one that is taking you. I am the one that builds you. I am the one that makes all of those difficulties to you. And they are important for you. They're important for me. They're important for Hashem Yitbarach. Hashem just wants us to serve Him and to commit ourselves to Him completely, because we don't understand the secrets. We don't understand what we're doing in this world. You don't understand the importance of saying Shakol Niya Bidvaro on a cup of water. What's the difference if I'm going to say the Shakol on a plastic cup or on a paper cup or a glass? What's the difference? For Hashem there is a huge difference. And you don't understand. But Hashem, He remembers where that wood came from, where that plastic, that oil came from. 200 years ago, where it was, and who was tapping on it, and who was moving it, and the coals that were used to heat it, and the truck drivers that took that from one land to the other, and the boats, and the waves, and the wind. And Hashem is calculating all of those details. And you now say, and I'm not talking about the water that came through that faucet in that moment, in that apartment, in that zone, in that world, in the time that the neighbors were talking on that subject, and one of them were arguing, and the other one said to himself, you know what, let him talk. And now in that moment you said Shakol. You don't understand. But you need to believe. You need to believe that Hashem, He knows. You don't need to investigate. You don't need to see those things. Those things exist. Every string, every hair, every detail is so precise. Every fiber in this table is so precise. We cannot understand how huge Hashem is. Hashem is doing huge things that we cannot see, that we cannot recognize. But we need to believe that it's so. That it's exactly like that. And for that we need to nullify ourselves, to accept it. And it doesn't mean to cancel your desire, your holy will, to succeed and to achieve big things. Adrabah, even more so. So based on all of that wisdom, I understand that you have the power to get me to the place that I need to get, to bring me whatever I need to achieve, to give me the wisdom and the right advice, and you're able to make me become to be the one that I need to be, even though that I feel so far from it right now. But who cares? Because Hashem made me to be like that I am today. And Hashem is making amazing things with me. Look at me. Look what Hashem done with me. And that's a point that each and every one of us have, to look at reality. Look where you're holding today, what Hashem gave you, how gifted you are, how many mitzvahs. Do you understand what they're singing? If a Jew would know what's the smallest mitzvah, if he would know what's a kippah, he would dance 120 years, because it's really like that. If you would understand the importance of keeping one mitzvah, in every mitzvah that you keep, you connect yourself to the Creator forever. You have an eternal connection with Him forever. So we cannot evaluate one mitzvah. We cannot understand what is the meaning of one mitzvah. One mitzvah. And each and every one of us, רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל. הקדוש ברוך הוא wanted to give עם ישראל so much. לפיכך הרבה להם תורה ומצוות. So for that He gave us so many mitzvot, so many good things that we can do. And the Baal Shem Tov even said that it's worthy for the person, any person, like that Eliyahu Navi is saying in Tana Debi Eliyahu, that it doesn't matter if that person is Jewish or a non-Jew, if it's a man or a woman, even if it's a slave or a free person. according to his actions, to his good deeds. That's how much Hashem's Spirit, the Divine Spirit, gonna hover on him, and he can become to be a prophet. And the Baal Shem Tov said that it's worthy for the person to come to this world. And even if you're gonna sin 120 years, and you're gonna be punished on 120 years of sinning, that in the end of that punishment, he's gonna receive the reward on one physical favor that he done to another person. Means that all of his life he was just doing bad things. And one time when he went into the mall, to the supermarket, there was a lady that went after him. While he was thinking bad thoughts about her, he was holding the door that she will feel comfortable to get in. He was thinking bad thoughts while doing it, but it was a favor. And all of his life he was corrupted. He was doing horrible things. All of his life. One time in class, a student was running and he saw that he can fall from a backpack, from a yalkut. He just kicked it with his leg. He just removed it. That person will not gonna fall. That one time, someone wanted that cup and you just helped him. You couldn't care less about if he will drink, not gonna drink. You just, okay, by the way, take it. A favor. The reward that you're gonna receive on that physical favor that you done to a person one time in your life is worthy to suffer on 120 years of hell, of sins in hell. See how great it is to be connected to Hashem. So when you're going to look at your life and you're going to see how many connections you have to Hashem, how many times you bond yourself to Hashem, every letter, every mitzvah, every letter that you read, it's mitzvah Torah, limud Torah mideoraita. You learn Torah. And Torah counts like you kept all Torah mitzvot. So every letter that you learned in the Torah counts like you kept all Torah mitzvot once. So if you read one chapter of Tehillim with 500 words, so you kept all of the Torah 500 times. All of the Torah, all of the obligations. You don't believe in that. That's why you suffer. That's why you suffer. That's why you're not happy. Because you don't believe Chachamim. You don't believe Chachamim that told us the truth. That Hashem is great. That Hashem is beyond what we can understand. Leit tfisa beklal. We cannot grab him. We cannot understand how good he is, how kind he is, what he wants to give and to inherit each and every one of his people. And you don't need to be Moshe Rabbeinu. They're not going to judge you why you were not Moshe Rabbeinu. Rab Zusha said they're not going to judge me why I wasn't Moshe Rabbeinu. They're going to ask me why you weren't Zusha. And they're not going to ask you why you weren't Zusha. They're going to ask you why you haven't been Avram, why you haven't been Reuven, why you haven't been yourself. You think, no, I need to complete my conversion. If Hashem would think like you, that you need to complete your conversion, you would complete your conversion. I promise you. Hashem disagree with you. At least for now. Maybe tomorrow you're going to complete your conversion. But you today suffer. Why I'm not Jewish? Hashem doesn't want you to be Jewish. It's not good for you to be Jewish. No, but I want to. Okay, that's a different thing. So go suffer. Go suffer. Why I'm not married? Because Hashem thinks that it's better for you today not to be married. No, but there is a mitzvah in the Torah to be married. Okay, and Hashem don't want you to keep that mitzvah. Because if Hashem would want you to keep that mitzvah, you would be married already. And you would keep that mitzvah. Other people are keeping that mitzvah. You see, Hashem gives them that. No, but it's humiliating me. Okay, so maybe Hashem wants you to be humiliated. No, but I'm suffering from it. I'm losing my faith. Okay, maybe Hashem wants you to lose your faith. Maybe there is something in losing the faith. Maybe Hashem wants you to come back to Him. Maybe if you're going to do tshuva, so in the place of Baalei tshuva omdim, even tzadikim gmurim la omdim. You're going to achieve higher levels, even from the levels that you would achieve if you wouldn't fall. If you would get married in the age of 20. Now, in the age of 50, I'm going to get married and it's going to be better than if I would marry when I was 20? Yes. Because if you would marry that princess when you were 20, you would be so arrogant and full of yourself that after 5 or 3 or 4 years, you would divorce and you would have 2 or 3 or 5 children already. And those children would be so miserable and broken, and you don't know what would happen to those souls. But now you're 50, and thank God, at least now you're very humble, and now you're going to know how to respect your wife, and you're going to have only 2 children, but those 2 children are going to receive a nice house, and you're going to be able to honor them, and you're going to enjoy spending time with them. But if you would be married when you were 20, you, not everyone, there is someone else that for him it's the best thing to get married when he's 20. Hashem knows. Hashem is avek zivugim. Hashem, He knows exactly when to marry you and when to give you children and when to give you the parnasah. But I have debts, but I haven't paid my landlord. Hashem knows that. But it's my obligation, it's my commitment, I need to pay my debts. Okay, so can you pay your debt? No. What can you do? Pray. So pray. Do tshuva. So do tshuva. Apologize. So apologize. To pay. You're able to pay? No. So what do you want? You're not able to pay. To do tshuva, you're able? Yes. So do tshuva. To pray, you can pray? Yes. So pray. To apologize, you can apologize? Yes. But if I'm going to apologize, so you're going to insult me, you're going to hurt me, it's not okay. So don't. It's your call. You have free choice. You're going to choose. Is it good to apologize? Is it not good? Okay, let's start. You don't know. Again, in every situation, you can only talk to Hashem. Okay, Hashem, now I realize I want to apologize. But now I don't know if it's going to be useful to apologize. Because it might wake up angers and sadness and frustration that are not needed because it's not going to help. If I'm going to just wake up the angers and the judgments and I'm going to apologize again, it's just going to make him more angry. Go call your ex-girlfriend from 5 years ago and apologize on how you made her life miserable in that party 5 years ago. It's useless. It's not going to help. You're just going to wake up those demons. So don't do that. It's not going to help. Not to her, to remember you again. Enough for her to find you in her nightmares once in a while. So it's better to leave it like that. You cannot help more. So don't. Don't try. So how are you going to know? Talk about it with Hashem. Okay, Hashem, I feel that I want to regret. I feel that I want to apologize. Is this going to be good for me? Let's see. Hashem, help me to understand the truth. If I'm going to make that phone call and I'm going to apologize, is it going to bring forgiveness? Is it going to bring him to a happier place? Is it going to bring peace between us? If the answer is yes, make that phone call. If the answer that you got from Hashem is no, it won't help. It's not going to bring the money. That guy just wants the money. That guy just wants to kill me. So it's not going to help. So I'm not doing it. So now let's see, what can I do? Maybe I can find the money. Am I able to find the money? Not for now. To pray I can. Okay, I'll pray. To do tshuva I can. To ask for help I can. So do that. If you're going to just decide without consulting with Hashem Yitbarach, you can never know if your decision is right or wrong. But if you consulted with Hashem Yitbarach, now you know that for sure you received the advice from Him. You don't need to hear the voice of the Shekhinah Kedosha that tells you, yes, call him. Actually, if you hear that voice, so that's time for a new prescription. Mirsham. For a new mirsham. New kind of medicines. Okay? And there are words in Chinese I can never learn. Expect me to be like Yosef HaTzadik, 70 languages. If you brought it up in the Hitbodedut, in your conversation with Hashem, and you spoke about it, and you ask Hashem, please give me the right advice. I want to know exactly what the truth is. Now, any advice that you're going to have in your head to go and to do, you should believe in yourself and to count on yourself that that is the right advice. And that's what it means to believe in yourself. That you believe that Hashem can speak with you also. That you're also able to understand Hashem. That you're also able to serve Hashem. That you're also able to please Him and to make Him happy. That you're also able to count on Him. That your confidence in Him counts. That if you're going to count on Him, you're going to be answered. That if you're going to pray to Him, you're going to be answered. That's what it means to believe in yourself. That you believe that you also have hope. You don't need to be righteous that Hashem going to love you. You don't need to be Talmid Chacham that Hashem going to love you. You don't need to be Chassid. You don't need to know halachot. I don't know a lot of halachot and I know that Hashem He loves me. I'm not a rabbi. I don't know a lot of halachot. There are a lot of things that I don't know. And I know still that Hashem Yitbarach, He loves me. I know that Hashem He loves me. I saw it 1,000,000 times. I saw it. More than 1,000,000 times I saw it. I see it all of the time. In every moment I see how much Hashem loves me and Hashem gives me wisdom and Hashem gives me advice and Hashem helps me with so many things in my life. All of the time I see that Hashem is all around me. All of the time He's taking care of me and helping me. Even in traffic, even with my car, even with my clothes, even in every situation, food and things and birds are singing just that I'm going to be happy. 24/7 I have music, everything is moving, that movie is amazing, every moment someone else is coming and talking to me. All of the time I'm meeting my friends and I have situations and I'm helping people and it's all of the time you see that Hashem is with me, making life interesting. So if I saw that Hashem He loves me and I really got it, that Hashem He loves me, so now I can work with it. If you know you have a pen, and you use that pen to write a story. Okay, great. It doesn't mean that you can use that pen only to write stories. You bought that pen because you wanted to write stories with. Great. That's why you bought that pen. But you can also sign on checks, and you can also write contracts with it, and you can also write songs with it, and you can also let someone else use that pen and to get it back, hopefully. Bli neder. Also. So if you saw that Hashem He loves you in one situation, that one time you had an amazing miracle and Hashem gave you the parnasah exactly in the moment that you needed it. Great, you couldn't ignore with that private supervision. Great. Okay, now when you realize that Hashem loved you, it doesn't mean that Hashem loved to help you to get that money in that day and that's it. Hashem He loves you. So now you can use that weapon in every situation. Now when you need help with your wife, you can use that. Hashem He loves me. Now when you need to find yourself in the limud that you're not able to learn, that you don't have time to dedicate to learning like you think you should, you can remind yourself that Hashem He loves me, even though that I'm not learning like I should. And Hashem He loves me, even though that I haven't bought that house yet. And Hashem He loves me, even though that I'm not a Talmid Chacham yet. But Hashem He loves me. That's the wisdom, to remember Hashem Yitbarach in every moment of our lives, to remember that He loves us. And that's the truth. And everything else that you're going to think about Hashem, it's Lashon Hara, it's a bad way of thinking. That's wrong. Hashem He loves you, and Hashem He appreciates you, and Hashem He wants to help you, and Hashem He cares about you, and Hashem He wants you to succeed. And if you want to make something ready, so that food, it takes him 1 hour to be in the stove. And that food, you need to chop it, and you need to wait, and you need to make sauce, and you need to... It takes time. If you want to buy something, okay, it takes time. They need to ship it. Okay, you pray for a house. Who said that you don't have that house? The fact that you're still in the street, it doesn't mean that you still don't have a house. Maybe in 2 hours you're going to have that house. Maybe in 2 months you're going to have that house. Maybe if you're going to stay in the street for another week, you're going to save a person's life. And it's a lot more precious than to have a house. And you're going to admit that after you're going to save his life, but not before. But if we're going to take you and going to let you see it, you won't be able to help him. Because you need to meet him while both of you are looking for food in the dumpster, in the trash. Only there he can trust you. Only in that situation he can trust you. And you already have your house. In heaven it's your house. It's your house. But that person, if he will not going to meet you in that dumpster, so he will kill himself in 2 days. So you need to stay another week homeless, looking for food in the trash, and then you're going to save that person's life, and then you're going to get to your new house. Is it okay by you? So you cannot see it, but Hashem can see it, and you just need to believe in it. That Hashem, He knows exactly what we need to go through. I think we explained it enough. Thank you very much. Chazak u'baruch.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Obi from the Emunah channel here in Jerusalem. Subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to Rav Dror. So show me some love. Show Rav Dror some love. Subscribe to the channel. We post new videos almost every single day. Awesome classes like this. If you have any questions on the classes you just watched, or just other questions that you have, or comments that you want to tell us, post them in the comments below. And we do a question and answer session every single week. So we'll either answer your question in that on video, or we'll make sure to get you an answer. And of course, check out emunahchannel.com. Awesome website where we have tons more inspirational content. We have videos, blogs, music, and all sorts of cool stuff. So get involved over there at emunahchannel.com, and we'll see you in the comments.